mist-shrouded hills of Appalachia, Detective Sarah Blackwood faced her most haunting case yet. The small town of Ravens Hollow, population 317, now 316. One soul vanished without a trace, leaving behind only whispers and fear. Sarah's world, a dimly lit motel room. Case files scattered across a worn desk. The weight of unsolved mysteries heavy on her shoulders. She'd seen her share of darkness. 20 years on the force, each case leaving its mark. But this one, it was different. Sarah stared at the photo of Emily Carson, a bright-eyed college student, now just another missing person. Emily's smile, frozen in time. A life full of promise, cut short by the unknown. The clock ticked past midnight, as Sarah pored over witness statements. Ravens Hollow, a town with secrets. Founded in 1803, by settlers fleeing something unnamed. Whispers of curses and things that lurk in the shadows. Sarah's mind wandered to the town's history. Disappearances stretching back centuries. Always dismissed, always explained away. But now, it was her turn to face the unknown. One name kept appearing. The old Crowley House on Willow Lane. Abandoned for decades. Its windows like hollow eyes, watching, waiting. Sarah remembered her own past. A childhood marked by loss, a career driven by the need for justice. Each case, a chance to right the wrongs of the world. But this case, it felt personal. With a deep breath, Sarah made her decision. The path to Crowley House was overgrown. Each step, a journey into darkness. Fog curled around her ankles, as if trying to hold her back. The air grew thick, heavy with the scent of decay. Sarah's breath, visible in the cold night air. But Sarah pressed on, drawn by an unseen force and the need for answers. The massive oak door creaked open at her touch, as if welcoming her, or perhaps trapping her. Inside, the air was thick with decay and forgotten secrets. Shadows danced on peeling wallpaper, whispering tales of past horrors. Sarah's flashlight beam cut through the gloom, revealing dusty furniture and shattered picture frames. She thought of Emily, retracing her final steps. What had drawn her here, to this place of nightmares? Old newspapers scattered on the floor. Headlines of missing persons dating back decades. Sarah's mind raced, connecting the dots. The town's dark history, the recurring disappearances. Her heart raced as she climbed the stairs. Each step, a groan of protest beneath her feet. The higher she climbed, the more oppressive the air became. As if the very walls were closing in, hiding their secrets. Sarah's mind flashed to the case files. Decades of unexplained phenomena, all centered here. A floorboard creaked behind her. Sarah whirled around, flashlight beam dancing wildly. Nothing, just shadows and dust. But then, she saw it. A door, slightly ajar at the end of the hall. It shouldn't be open, not in an abandoned house. With trembling hands, she pushed it wider. The room was empty, save for a single chair in the center. And there, sitting as if waiting for her, was Emily's backpack. Sarah's breath caught in her throat as she opened it, and gasped. Inside, a journal, its pages filled with frantic scribbles. The last entry sent chills down her spine. There in the walls. They've all always been here, watching, waiting. Memories of old town legends flooded back, of people vanishing, of whispers in the night. Sarah's mind raced, connecting the dots. The town's dark history, the recurring disappearances. The house groaned around her, as if awakening from a long slumber. And then she heard it. Whispers coming from within the walls. "Join us, Sarah," they seemed to say. "You're part of this now. You can't escape." Panic gripped her heart. She had to get out. This wasn't just an old house. It was something beyond her understanding. But as she turned to flee, the door slammed shut. Sarah pulled at the handle. It wouldn't budge. The whispers grew louder, closer, surrounding her, enveloping her. She pressed her back against the wall, trapped as shadows took form around her. Ghostly figures with hollow eyes and twisted smiles reached for her with spectral hands. She recognized their faces. Missing persons from years past, decades of lost souls. Emily Carson, her features contorted in eternal anguish. And others, so many others. "You belong with us now, Sarah," they whispered. "Join us in the house that never forgets." Sarah screamed, but the sound was swallowed by the hungry walls. She closed her eyes, praying it was all a nightmare. But when she opened them, the faces were closer. Cold fingers brushed against her skin, drawing her deeper into their world of endless night. Sarah fought, struggling against the pull of oblivion. Her mind flashed to her own past, her own demons. Memories of her first case, a missing child never found. The guilt that had driven her year after year. As the shadows enveloped her, Sarah realized the terrible truth. The case would remain unsolved. She was now part of the mystery. The house had called her to join its collection of lost souls. Sarah felt her body fading, her essence merging with the house itself. She became one with the whispers, a guardian of forgotten victims and untold horrors. The next morning, Raven's Hollow awoke to another missing person. No trace of Detective Sarah Blackwood or the secrets she uncovered. But in the old Crowley House, a new whisper joined the chorus of the damned. And on foggy nights, locals swear they see a light in the upstairs window, and hear whispers carried on the wind. Beware the house on Willow Lane, for some mysteries are better left unsolved, and some detectives become part of the case they sought to close. In Raven's Hollow, the fog still comes, and with it, the echoes of the lost. The Crowley House stands, a silent tomb, to the thin line between seeker and sought. Sarah Blackwood had found her purpose. In death, she became the warning she'd failed to heed in life. And so, the legend of Raven's Hollow lives on. A tale of curiosity punished and mysteries eternal, where the walls between our world and the next are as thin as the pages of an unsolved case file.